huge, what's probably be a huge Netflix property. The YA titles are never decreasing in popularity. And this week, it was announced that the breakout actor of Get Out would have once again another top liner role in this project. So let's delve ever so slightly into this fantasy novel, what it represents, what kind of stakes it is for perhaps Netflix moving into this terrain, something that, you know, the Lionsgate film people are much more apt or comfortable with, and where this actor is so far in his choices, and yeah, potentially talk about the source material. It's a book that hasn't been published yet, so we have to work with the only log line available. So yeah, The Upper World.
Yeah, so this is, you know, Daniel Kaluuya is going to star in this adaptation of a YA book about, you know, about someone who can see glimpses into the past and the future, and you know, and it goes into the future and saves someone from being shot. At least that's what I can gather from this sort of log line.
Mm-hmm.
I think this news is fairly interesting in a couple ways. One is Daniel Kaluuya. He is, you know, there's no doubt his star is on the rise. You know, just think about the filmmakers he's worked with over the past few years. We're talking about Denis Villeneuve, Jordan Peele, Steve McQueen. He's already earning some insane buzz just based on the trailer for Judas and the Black Messiah, which is going to come out next year, where he'll play Fred Hampton. And so this, I think, is a project that will give him an opportunity to reach you know, maybe a Black Panther-sized audience again. And the thing that was most interesting to me about this project is the Hollywood Reporter earlier this month had an interview with Tendo Ngenda. He's the vice president of original films at Netflix, and when they asked him, you know, what kind of projects are Netflix looking at right now, he said that one of the things that's their next focus is big, broad audience, PG level adventure films. You know, something like Jumanji or Star Wars or Harry Potter. And I feel like this is the kind of property that speaks to that niche that they're trying to fill. These sort of fantasy spectacle, you know, something that appeals to a really, really wide audience. So I think it's a really interesting moment where you have a star on the rise and Netflix pairing him with a project that is in the wheelhouse of something they are looking to grow as part of their catalog.
Well put. The actor is also on board to produce. And yeah, like you said, he's at a really interesting career juncture where, I mean, he's been acting ever since 2006, but like I said, everybody stood up and took notice with Get Out. And for him to ascend in a rather quick, rapid fashion to, I mean, what are huge studio films, says a lot about his talent. And I think this might do a lot for Netflix and let them figure out just how they've already done the Scorsese thing and worked with known entities, and now it's interesting to see. I mean, potentially this could be a really expensive project or double project, and that's new terrain for this distributor. So yeah, there's a lot that can be said about this in terms of it being a new gamble for the streaming platform.
I think it's, you know, one of the things that Netflix hasn't conquered yet is they don't have a film franchise.
Mm-hmm.
for all of their steps in making these, these spectacle films, which have been coming out over the past couple of years. They still don't have a franchise to call their own, and this could be it. This could be certainly something that spawns. It seems tailor-made to spawn sequels, and if it does, I mean, again, this is like a huge opportunity for Daniel Kaluuya to really become top tier A-list star.
Yeah, and I think it's a good point. What you're saying is like, with the Chris Hemsworth film that came out this summer, and the Charlize Theron film, the Actioneer, based on a comic book project as well. I think they're starting to be hungry, or to sink their teeth into the notion of wanting to have their own franchises. I'm Eric Lavallée. I'm editor-in-chief and site owner for IONCINEMA.com, and this is
Kevin Jagernauth, contributing writer for the playlist.
And together we are IndieSponge.